Good morning, students. This one is the fourth lecture of your VLSI system design subject, and in this lecture, we will discuss about our next topic, that is system on chip, system on chip design options. Before starting this topic, system on chip design options, first we uh, first we summarize the topic. What is the mean of system on chip design? Okay, so what is the mean of system on chip design? This one is the syllabus of your first unit, and this one is the topic that we covered in this lecture only. Okay, system on chip design and also programmable logic and structure. Okay, so before starting this topic, first we have to know that what is the mean of this system on chip design option. System on chip design options, that means it provides some options to the designer. Now what is the mean of system on chip? It means that when we design any system to a particular integrated circuit, then for designing of this there are the various approach. These are some programmable logic structure, programmable structures, programmable interconnect, programmable gate array, C of gate array. These are the all approaches that we used when we design an integrated circuit, when we design any CMOS system in any integrated circuit. Okay, so in this lecture we will discuss these programmable logic and structure under the topic of system on chip design options. Okay, so let's start. First, what is the mean of system on chip design? System on chip design is nothing but a process of examine the various design that we used for the implementation of CMOS design process. Okay, there are the various type of process to design a CMOS system. All those process under the category of CMOS on chip design. Okay, so we are discussing the various approaches that we follow for making a CMOS system on integrated circuit. Okay, we study all the design approaches. We study all the process in a particular sequence. It is in the order of complexity of the device, also in the order of design investment. That means when we are moving towards first point to seven point, it is on the order of its complexity, also in the order of its cost as well. Okay, that means this one is the less effective, and this one is the most effective. This one is the least expensive, and this one is the most expensive process. Okay, so these all are the design approaches. These all are the process that we follow when we design any CMOS system in any integrated circuit. Okay, so first one is the programmable logic. Okay, I think you all understand what is our topic. Our topic is programmable logic and structure. After this topic, there are the several more topics such as programmable interconnect, programmable gate array, C of gate array. These all topic are under the category of CMOS on chip design options. Okay, it means that these all are the options that we used to design any CMOS integrated circuit. Okay, so the first category is programmable logic. Oh, now what is the mean of programmable logic? When we design, when any programmer or when any designer design any CMOS circuit, then the first part that matters a lot is the cost of the system. It means that programmer or designer first go through a design approach which is more cost effective. Okay, so so that the designer are trying to search a way which through which a single device can use in various type of systems. Okay, these so that they found a way, that is programming. It means that if we program any if we make a device, if we make a programmable device, and that device is capable to program again and again, and we can use that particular device in various systems, so it will more cost effective, because we can easily use that particular element through in various system. Okay, so programmable logic means that we use a element, or we use a integrated circuit that we can reprogram again and again. If we make that type of element, that type of integrated circuit, that type of programmable device, so it is much easier and cost effective way to use a particular element, to use a particular integrated circuit in various type of systems, so it will be more cost effective. Okay, there are the various programmable ways, programmable device that these are. First one is a chip with programmable logic structure, chip with programmable interconnect, chip with reprogrammable gate array. Okay, so here we are discussing about chip with programmable logic structure. Okay, this one is the first point. The second point, third topic, third point, second point and third point we will discuss in our next lecture. Okay, the first point is that chip with programmable logic structure. So we are starting a topic, chip programmable logic structure. Okay, in your BTech syllabus, you study various programmable logic structures such as PAL, PLA, ROM, etc. These are the programmable devices. You also know these devices as PLDs, programmable logic device. So these are under the category of programmable logic structure. Okay, so when any designer want to design any system, so first he tried to implement a system that is more cost effective. So at that time it uses the programmable logic device. There are the various type of programmable logic device. These are PAL, PLA, ROM, etc. Okay, now what is PAL? We know that in PAL stands for programmable array logic, PLA stands for programmable logic array. Okay, and along with these two programmable logic device, there are some more such as ROM, PROM, etc. Okay, so here we are discussing only PAL. Okay, so what is the mean of PAL? In PAL programmable logic device, there are the programmable structure. There are the programmable structure, or we can say there are the and or structure in this PAL, in PAL logic. It is mentioned here. Generally these devices are implemented by using and or array. It means that if you consider PAL or if you consider PLA, these both type of programmable logic device consist of array, that is and or. Okay, the main difference is that the main difference in these two programmable structure is that in PAL only AND gate are programmable. Means that if we make a array by using AND gate and OR gate, then at that time if we consider PL strategy, then at that time only AND gate are programmable and OR gate are fixed. Okay, but if we consider PLA, then at that time in AND OR array both programmable, that is AND gate is programmable as well as OR gate is also programmable. Okay, it it can be easily understood by using PL structure, where input vertical lines are separately connected to AND OR gate. Each AND OR gate has variable number of product term that feed to the gate. Okay, it is easily understand the PAL structure, PAL programmable logic structure can be easily understand by using the structure mentioned here. This one is the structure of PAL logic. Okay, so we can define whole structure, we can define whole structure in by using these points. By using these points, these are the various characteristic of the figure that we shown here. So you can easily read the characteristic of the circuit that we mentioned here. That means that here there are the various characteristic that we shown, such as and or structure that we shown here, that the point is shown here. Then the it consists 12 input, it consists 10 output, 24 pins, the product term, the package name. These all are the points of the structure that we shown here. So you easily read the point. uh, I am using the structure and explain it. Okay, this one is the and or structure, this one is the programmable logic structure. Here you can see these are the and gate, and this one is the or gate. Okay, these are the AND gate and these one is the OR gate. Here you can see each output of AND gate is provided to the input of OR gate, and the input of AND gate is connected with the vertical lines. Input of AND gate is the horizontal line and it is connected with the programmable line. Here one circle is represented. It represent the programmable interconnect, programmable connection. It means that when we design a programmable logic structure by using PAL array, at that time only AND gate are programmable, and the programmable schemes and the programmable fuse are represented by using this circle. It means that here vertical line and horizontal line are fused. When the vertical line and horizontal line are fused, at that time it means that these are the programmable connection. It represent the programmable interconnection between them. Okay, if the circle is not mentioned here, it means that there is no programmable interconnection between vertical line and horizontal line. Okay, so according to the input that we provide to the input of AND gate, we can fuse the vertical line and horizontal line. Okay, now the output of AND gate is provided to the input of OR gate. It means that the input of OR gate is fixed. Okay, though, so AND gate is programmable and OR gate is fixed. Now the output of OR gate is provided to the input output cell. These all theory is represented in our previous slide. You can easily read all the points here. Okay, I am using the structure and explaining you. So the output of OR gate is provided to the input output cell. Okay, now when the output of OR gate is provided to the input output cell, then the output of input output cell is the output that we stored here. But we also seen one connection is there. This one is the buffer, this one is the buffer. We called this buffer as feedback buffer. Why we called this buffer as feedback buffer? Because when we provide a path between output and input to connect the output of circuit with the input of circuit, then that element is known as feedback. Okay, so here the output is registered in the output cell, but also these output is again provided to the input by using this feedback element. These all points are represented in our previous slide. You can go through previous slide and write the whole points from that slide. Okay, now the input output cell consists a structure that we represent here. The circle represent the inner structure of this input output cell. Okay, the input output cell in structure is represented here. This one is the 4 cross 1 max, this one is the 2 cross 1 max. The output of 4 cross 1 mux is provided to 2 cross 1 mux for making a feedback element for making a feedback path. Okay, so the for how the inner structure is look like, you can easily represent by using the small circle here. Okay, here what are the elements that are presented in output cell? One 4 cross 1 mux is present here. One 2 cross 1 mux is present here. Output is again provided to 2 cross 1 mux here for making a feedback path, for making a feedback element that is introduced here. Okay, what is the package name? The package name of this PAL structure, the package name of this PAL structure is 22V10. Okay, so what is the mean of this 10? This 10 represented that the output of this particular PAL section is 10. Okay, these are the characteristic, these are the points of this PAL structure. Okay, so in this structure there are 12 inputs, 10 outputs, 24 pin. These are the product term, these are the product sum of OR gate. These are the product term that is the input of AND gate and provided as a output of AND gate, and the output of AND gate is provided as a input of OR gate. That these term represented these all structure. Okay, the we already explained you about this 4 cross 1 mux 2 cross 1 mux tri-state buffer in the circuit. these all are the tri-state buffer, these are the tri-state buffer, these are the tri-state buffer, these are the tri-state buffers. This one is the 4x1 mux, this one is the 2x1 mux. So the this one is all about the circuit, all about the structure that we represent here. So this is this lecture explain you about the programmable logic structure. It is under the category of, it is under the category of our topic, that is system on chip design option. Okay, I think you understand this topic very well. So in next lecture we will discuss about programmable interconnect topic. Okay, thank you so much.